Could the divide between mobile and console gaming split the market enough to cause another crash?
I think what you're going to be looking at, mobile gaming will never take over. It's an entirely different market. You're never going to be able to emulate the control scheme on a phone for fighting games, for first-person shooters. Really, on the phone, what you got are like the freaking little puzzle games. You can do an RPG probably on a phone.
You can do a strategy game or something.
You can do a strategy, but you're sort of running thin on what you can do on a phone.
But the thing is you can do some of these things well with a touchscreen, but you don't find developers that are putting a lot of effort into making a good one that gives you the same experience that you would get on a 3DS or even a home console.
Probably because, for the most part, freaking Game of War aside, the vast majority of these mobile games won't be as profitable as putting out a AAA game. So it's like, why would you flock to? Obviously microtransaction games can be huge, but for the most part, it's probably not comfortable not knowing that I got to put out a 99-cent game. I can develop all this time, putting all this time for a 99-cent game, and we'll see if it does well or not. Versus, I know I'm going to put out this game for $60 on Xbox One, and I know how much money it'll probably make. I just don't. I don't see. I always see them being separate. I never going to see this being the Nintendo should have just go to mobile games. No, they shouldn't. They really shouldn't.
I also see them as separate. And while I don't think that either are necessarily going to crash, if there was ever going to be a sea change or a crash with video games right now, I would see it not on the console side, but on the mobile side, where people get fed up with that sort of current structure and things have to change.
Yeah, if the microtransactions go out of whack, if people all of a sudden say, oh, great, you took down my game I played for like 5 years, put on a server like we talked about before, I'm pissed now, I'm not going to do this ever again.
Well, I mean, here's a good example. Puzzle and Dragons on the iOS, very popular. You can only play it for a little bit at a time, or else you have to pay for microtransactions to refill your stamina. Hey, guess what? They released a version of it for the 3DS that has 2 versions of the game on it and no microtransactions. I mean, people see more of that, and they're going to realize that, oh, there is value in these games on these consoles, as opposed to constantly trying to fuck with,
plus
maximizing my time on this game.
Kills your battery in your phone. The phone you still want to use to call people.
Yeah.
I know we have iPad stuff, but people still usually use phones for their mobile gaming.